When I started fighting, I was working 2 part-time jobs and training twice a day. So that was pretty much consumed my entire life, you know. I had a girlfriend for a long time. It was like 7.5 years in Philadelphia. But a lot of the scheduling and just the amount of time you put into doing this created a lot of problems. And especially like, of course there's time constraints, you know. I'm working 2 jobs, I'm training twice a day, trying to spend time in a relationship with a girlfriend. And it's not just time either. Like fighting is, you know, it's a very engaging, emotional thing. When you're getting close to a fight, a lot of your, not just your time, but your energy, your emotional energy goes into preparing yourself for this stuff. So it's, and I can see why that's a problem. And but I mean, I don't know, some people can deal with it, some people can't. And it eventually didn't work out. But you know, that's part of the deal. But yeah, I mean, working 2 jobs, training twice a day, eventually started to have some success, so I was making a little money, was in Bellator, decided I wanted to try to fight full time if I could, so I got rid of one of the jobs, worked 1 job part-time, still trained twice a day, and eventually made the decision that I was okay for the moment, and if I continued to be successful, I would be able to train and fight full time, which is one of my goals, one of my first goals. So I took the opportunity, and it's been working out so far. But it's not like I get to live a lavish life or anything, but I get to do what I want every day. So I'm grateful for that, you know. But I feel like a lot of people come in and right out of like high school or something, they just want to train full time. And you know, if you have a support system that allows you to do that, it's amazing. And by all means, take advantage of it. But you know, I've had friends who they work for a year, save up as much money as they can, quit their job, and then try to get like, you know, a couple fights and think they're gonna make it within like, how much can your savings allow you to go? You're gonna have 6 months and you think you're gonna be able to, maybe you get a fight and win, but you're not gonna be making a ton of money, and it's certainly not gonna carry over into a full-time professional career, you know? So you have to stay disciplined for a long time and just slowly progress, you know? Well, originally I think I was probably like most people, like a big Georges St. Pierre fan, and I came up in 2012 just for a week to train and just really for the experience and be around elite fighters and just learn from guys that I really looked up to. There's a lot of different guys that you can work striking with, and from a lot of different backgrounds. There's Peter, who's from Thailand, has a extensive Muay Thai background. There's Conrad, who have more like American kickboxing style. So like depending on what you want to work on and what your style is, you can kind of pick and choose from a lot of different areas, and a lot of places don't have that. Right away I really connected with Firas on like just how he thinks about fighting, how he approaches training and preparation, and it's just like, I've almost never heard him say something where I'm just like, no, that doesn't make sense to me. It's just most of the things the points he tries to get across, just I feel like really make a lot of sense. And the training partners here are amazing. And but the reason I am here is probably for us.
Let's go. Let's warm up, hands down. Exactly what we need. Let's warm it up.
In your ear about what you need to do, and then he's in your ear as the rounds are going on to make sure you're aware of what's happening, of what he's looking for, of what you're actually doing. And sometimes you don't have a good idea of what it looks like from in it, you know. Like whenever I'm in a fight or even training sessions, it seems just like a blur. Like I don't have a specific idea of what it looks like. So I need outside influence, outside criticism and information.
Look where your right hand is. Yeah, inside or outside, that's fine. Throw her inside too, yes. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Like he just said today, he's like, if I have to tell you what to do the day of the fight, it's too late. It's too late. We have to take care of all that much before. It has to be ingrained in you, so when you go in the fight, you know what to do. If you have to think about what to do, it's too late. It's too late in there. So I would feel pressure if I felt like I didn't do the right things in training, but you know, I always work very hard and try to make sure I'm prepared for the worst day of my life. The day I step in the cage, I'm usually prepared for the worst 15 minutes of my life. I feel pressure more like financially and my job's on the line and that kind of stuff, but never about how I'm going to represent myself or the people around me. You know, I'm going to put everything I have out there. It's kind of a make or break fight. I'm also on the last fight of my contract, so this is probably a must-win fight for me if I want to keep my job with the UFC. So the stakes are high. I mean, the stakes are high anytime you're fighting in the UFC.
So your opponent changed?
Yeah, Dustin Ortiz. I don't think it's a huge difference. I mean, they're both ranked similar places. Ortiz is a little bit more heavy on the wrestling game. In this case, it wasn't, I don't think, a huge change, so it wasn't a devastating thing. So still doing what I'm doing and get ready to go in there on the 10th.
If I would lose this fight, get released from the UFC, not be able to find a fight where I'm making enough money to do it for a living, I certainly wouldn't be able to stay here anymore. I'd have to go back to the States, get a different job. It would influence the people who are around me, what I'm doing for a living. It has a huge influence, and that's not lost on me. And I know, I'm aware of it, but I also know you can't control that. Like, I just have to deal with being the best I can on that night and doing everything I can to get there. And to be honest, I'm confident in my skills and myself especially against anybody in the division. And I just have to get in there and do my thing, and it'll be all right.